name is Joe Harrell, and I'm the Director of Marketing and Product Management for the Alliance for the Arts. Just a quick word about the Alliance. We are an arts advocacy group. We've been around serving the arts community in New York for about 30 years, a little more. And by advocacy, we mean that we act as sort of a chamber of commerce for nonprofit arts in New York, supporting them in any way we can, whether it's through research or advocacy and promotion. So making sure that the nonprofit arts community is heard, as well as making sure that citizens of New York and visitors to New York have information that they need. And that's why I'm here today. As the councilwoman mentioned, we have produced a cultural guide for seniors in New York. So what that means is we have a single place where you can go to find out pretty much all the information you need about discounts at cultural organizations around the city and special events and programs that are happening at cultural organizations, as well as a separate listing of all of the free attractions around the city. So I have these handouts here. After these words, I'm going to go back to that corner, and you're welcome to come by and pick one up. It basically just says what I said about this cultural guide and what's in it, as well as how you can find it. But you don't need to pick this up in order to access this information. It's all online, so you can go to nyc-arts.org, and there's a link on that page for the Manhattan Seniors Guide. And you can download it and view it there, or you can print out parts of it, ask somebody else to print out parts of it. The councilwoman's office even said that if you needed, they would be happy to print out some of it for you. So, you know, I guess use that sparingly, but it's a very generous offer of them. Also, as the councilwoman mentioned, she was able to secure funds for us to expand this guide for the entire city, for the rest of the boroughs of New York. So in 2011, we will be expanding this guide. And I'm glad we have this chance to meet with you directly, because I want to ask you that when you use this guide, if you can let us know whether it works and if you would want the information in a different form. And I've included my contact information on this handout, or you can contact the Alliance for the Arts, anybody there. And we would love your feedback on the presentation of the guide, or even if you have specific comments about your experience at an organization. We're happy to pass on that information. So, sure, it's www.nyc-arts.org. You can also, sure, my phone number is 212-947-3940. That's my phone number, 212-947-3940. And my name again is Joe Harrell, Harrell. You can also find the guide on Google by searching Manhattan Seniors Guide. It's the top link, or at least it is today. That may change tomorrow, but that's what it was when I came here this morning. So again, don't hesitate to contact us, or of course the councilwoman's office can help you find it. And hopefully it's of use, and it makes it easier for you to take advantage of the great offerings that we have. And as the councilwoman said so nicely, one of the reasons I think many of us live here, came here, stay in New York is the beauty of all of these offerings. So we just want to make sure that that's available to everybody that lives here and visits here. So thank you very much for your time and for coming out.
Thank you very much. The next group, how many of you have been to the Carter Burden Senior Center? Okay, so some of you may be familiar, although most of you did not raise your hand. They run a terrific program that's called Cultural Connections. And they are actively, continually seeking out discounts for you. And so I wanted to invite Mary Nelson, to come on up and to tell you a little bit about Cultural Connections.
Carter Burden Center. Cultural Connections is under the umbrella of the Carter Burden Center for the Aging. Many of you go to their luncheon club on 74th Street between 1st and 2nd Avenues. Jessica has asked me to share with you some of the history and the development of the program, so if you wouldn't mind, you'll have to come back in time with me to 2006 when I was asked to take over the program. And at that time, there was one venue that we had and 2 events a year that were offered. It was our signature program at Lincoln Center called Meet the Artist. Last year we had 50 venues and 100 programs, and last year we sold 5,000 tickets. So you might be wondering, how did that happen? So back in time, we actually asked our clients what was important to them, and they said they wanted more of the same. So that's actually how we built the program. We did a lot of marketing, and we built a lot of wonderful relationships with a lot of the venues that are here with you this afternoon. We have friends at City Ballet, City Opera, Merkin Concert Hall, and I know many of you have enjoyed many of those programs with us. Who comes? We have primarily women in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s who enjoy the programs that we